There are people that watch my live streams, and you know, one of the things about this series is I wanted to let people know you can make homeless look saucy. But I don't want people to, you know, confuse that with like, damn, like, okay, so you're not in a stressful situation. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hopefully you guys had a great night's sleep. This is day 4 with the homeless rapper. Just put the fries in the bag, bro. And I thought we could try the continental breakfast together today. Yes, of course. You gotta get the waffles. Got to. Yay. These are normally pretty decent, I think. But they got a strawberry option. Normally I only eat original, but they actually have a strawberry option. So of course that's what we're gonna get. I can't resist pink E. One thing about being in the hood is that everything tastes terrible unless you douse it in syrup. So that's what we're gonna do. Doused. I also have cereal. Like when I was a shorty, I used to love cereal. Low key, like milk be fucking me all the way up. Let's just check under here first. Ooh, sausage and eggs. I don't like eggs in general, but the sausage, I'll think about it. What's y'all's favorite juice? So I was just talking to this awesome lady from the Red Cross. She said, hey, you know, I was telling her my story about being homeless. Her first question was, hey, can I help? She's from the Red Cross. That's just how awesome of a person she is, and apparently how awesome the Red Cross organization is. So shout out to them. Yay.
If anyone does need help, please call 1-800-RED Cross. We're here for you. We love everyone and just wishing everybody the best.
Lunch with Drip is a side series that I have on the channel for our paid members. But here's a bonus episode for the Homeless Tripman series.
They definitely look good. And they're easy to cook. I don't know if y'all use those flip waffle irons. 2.5 minutes. It's perfect. Because like you can't let them get too soggy. But you do have to let the syrup like set in a little bit, you know? So we're at the perfect mark right now. I love bacon with my waffles and pancakes. So that's the only thing I'm missing. Well, actually I'm missing 2 things. I'm missing you guys too. You should comment your favorite breakfast item. Like if you were stuck on an island, like what would be your breakfast item? Actually, I have 2 questions for you. That was the first one. And then the second one is pancakes or waffles? That part. So, my granddad back in the day, he used to make like these waffles from scratch. And they were fire. So it always made me like love waffles. Yeah, I'd probably give it waffles because like even the cheap waffles like Lego my Eggos, like pancakes are good, but like if we use a rating scale of 1 through 10, I'll probably have to give waffles like a 7.7 and pancakes like a 6.3. Unless they're Kitty Mouse pancakes, then they're 20 out of 10. So these waffles, I've stayed at a few hotels. Like I said, normally just the hood ones. I've never been to the super fancy one. But these are delicious. And like, yeah. Another thing about it here too, it's clean. You know what I'm saying? So I've been to some hotels around the country, and that makes a difference in how you feel about their food. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to this place for being clean. I mean, that's one thing about, I feel like Green Bay in general. It's actually underrated. I've been to a lot of places, but it's like real clean up here. And people are nice and polite. And For some reason, that's making these waffles taste better. Like I feel like if I was in Philly or something, like they'd taste worse. Just because if I had these same thoughts. So cool, we got that going. You guys will notice I got my meow 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 sweatshirt. Of course, it's like Meow Week because we have over 500 paid members, and I like to meow for them and eat waffles for them and stuff, amongst other things. Well, you know what? I can't. I don't even think that there's a scale high enough to rate how great these waffles are good because y'all are the ones that provided this living arrangement, and this is the food that comes along with that arrangement. Man, yeah, I'll give it a tree. I'm pretty sure the police is watching me for some reason. Like this cop's sitting right there. So we go outside. I'm pretty sure the police is watching me. That police stop. That police stop was last night. So this morning I went for a little walk and I saw the police on a block circling, seeing like they was watching at me, looking at me, which I thought, okay. Then now when I leave, just now, showed y'all the video where yeah, they still sitting out there. My homeless experience so far, it has been more or less of what a regular homeless person's experience would be. I've been very fortunate, obviously, to have you guys, to assist in getting lodging, to get a hotel. But even though I was able to have a roof over my head, for two of the 3 nights or three, 2 of the 3 nights so far. Tonight it'll be 3 of the 4. I did have to sleep in the field on the first day. Just a reminder of how much stress it is, when you do have even a temporary shelter like a hotel. That's stressful as a homeless person to think, like, I don't even know how long I'll be here. There are people that watch my live streams, and one of the things about this series is I wanted to let people know you can make homeless look saucy. But I don't want people to, confuse that with like, damn, like, okay, so you're not in a stressful situation? Of course I am. I'm homeless still. But take the right things from this, right? So you never see me focusing on that all day, like, even though that's the premise of what this series is, because obviously I am homeless. I'm choosing to use that energy to work real hard all day, every day. That's all you see when you watch these. Me editing content, creating new content, talking to you guys, which is gonna require me to edit later, or recording music, or thinking of new promotional angles. I'm always hustling. I'm always grinding. There are some homeless people that do that. Shout out to us. We are gonna be the ones that are gonna change the stigma of what a homeless person is. Yeah, so tats today for sure, we thugging. Yeah, so the album, that's basically all I've been working on since I've been here. Super dope. It's been very important for me to present a Billboard quality, industry grade product. So that's been my main focus, and nothing will deter me from that. And I'm very proud to say that we got it done. What I'm doing right now is the mastering process and getting everything perfected. A lot of artists, they'll have maybe like a separate person that will record and mix it, and then normally they'll send it to a different person as an audio engineer. Big Drip does all that himself. So, and that part can be a little bit tedious. But, you know what I'm saying, I've done thousands of tracks before, so I got my process down packed. And this shit right here, nigga, I promise you, everything that Drip Man told you was gonna be, nigga, was an understatement. Nigga, I promise you, man. I promise you, man. Water gun, money make a con. That's why she in love with the O, with the G, give her D from above. Let me have some feasters, I'ma have some thugs. Run it up, got a purse, pockets can't fit enough. Never been a scrub, bitch, stepping in my scrubs. Got a Drake on a nigga and my pockets on chubbs. 100,000 bonds, I don't never carry dubs. Got $100 bill wrapped around 100 ones, nigga. For the trenches, fucking spelling, be my homie, got a different sentence. Put it in my purse, think about it, that's P-I-M-P, put it in my purse. Everybody knows that Drip Man loves rocking his purses. I make purses look gangster. That's the thing about Drip Man. I make purses look gangster. And I already got a few other songs, like Pink Purse Gang and Glock in my purse. And it's like, so this is just like kind of like think about Meek Mill, how y'all talk about his rollie. That's what the purse is to Dripman. I even got him on my website, dripman.com. But this song, Pimp, Put It In My Purse, that's gonna be the quintessential, you know what I'm talking about, type shit, man. Nigga coming hard. I'm a pimp, put it in my pride, put it in my pride. What would it, my legs down high, money make me squad. I'm a pimp, put it in my pride, put it in my pride. What would it, my legs down high, money make me squad. Water down, water. No bap, I feel like Pac, right? Because if you know the story about when he recorded his last album when he was alive, he recorded it in 7 days. I think it was the Don Illuminati 7 Day Theory, Machiavelli, that album, the first album that he released after he passed away. Legend has it that he recorded all the tracks in 3 days, or 3 or 4 days, and it took like another 2-3 days just to get them all mixed and mastered. A week, and that's a legendary album. And it's a legendary album, even though it didn't really even get the press run that it would have got if Pac was alive. So brazy. So yeah, Dripman out here doing legendary shit. So in that vein, I had this hotel room for what, 3 days? Right? Shout out to y'all for getting the homeless Dripman this hotel, because little do y'all know, this album is gonna be like all eyes on me. Think about how special that's gonna be when we sell millions of records. And we recorded it all in this hotel room that y'all provided for, nigga. I hope you getting goosebumps right now. And to make it more impressive, I told you that Pac recorded his shit in like 3 days. And it took another 3 for somebody else to mix his shit. Somebody else. I mean, it was at least 2 people involved. It's only 1 person involved with this shit, nigga. Shout out my baddest. I'm talking about super baddest. Super baddest. That part. Yeah. Like a shower, like a shower, trip wash, Yeah, man. So the lead up to this album has been brazy. You know, a lot of work has been put into this shit. When I originally started streaming on YouTube, which was actually in May, believe it or not, we had been dropping music videos and of course working diligently like we always do, but back in May is really when we started going brazy on streaming on YouTube. Because previous to that, I was streaming on TikTok and we were having moderate success, and really that was giving me the experience that I needed to flourish on YouTube. The thing about TikTok is I kept getting restricted. You know how I be having haters on my chat on YouTube, and sometimes I respond on TikTok. If you ever respond, they spank you and restrict you for 3 days. So I just got frustrated with that. So I flipped over to YouTube, and the first couple live streams that I did on YouTube, it was like mad embarrassing. It was like 3-4 people for like, you know what I'm saying, for an hour. But I had to, you know, stick at it because I had a vision for it. So boom, so we keep grinding. 2-3 months later or something like that, we're at almost 35,000 subscribers. So we've done 30,000, you know, in that time, in just those few months. I think we're almost at 30 million total views on the channel, and we've done like 99% of those in that same time frame. Just working and grinding. So, you know, now we got the following and the supporters. The whole time we've been recording songs in between and building up the hype and dropping music videos and staying consistent. So now people are like, yo, when's the album coming? And that's how you're supposed to do it when you're an artist. You know, raise that awareness and then get them to the point where they're like, yo, where is it at? So I think we did a tremendous job of that. We bought all the beats for this album. We own it. So that means we're going to make all the profits off it. We're going to be able to make all the creative decisions and just have full control over it. And so this album has songs like Amazon Chain. That's going to be the lead single. Amazon Chain. That's going to be the lead single. In my mind, that's our first Billboard hit. And a lot of our fans think that's the dopest shit ever. And what's crazy to me is that's not even close to the best song on the album. You know what I'm saying? Just to tell you how special it is. So we're gonna lead it off with Amazon Chain. And then I don't even know what the second single is gonna be yet, because with the exception of Amazon Chain and Girl on Girl and Fanny Pack 2, the rest of these songs I recorded while I was here just in the last couple of days. And they all saucy, and they're definitely all mega hits.
In my Chevy, I'm gon' breeze. Ain't no telling what's my speed. Just inhale and puff my weed. And we selling what y'all need. Got these Jordans up on my feet. Bitch, I'm repping my set, throwing up GD.
Hey, so this song is called Picture Me Rolling. I know y'all remember Pac's song, Picture Me Rolling. So it's basically an ode to him. And this song just so gangster to me. It just made sense to call it that. I like to put Easter eggs and like shouts out to Pac in all my shit. Cause I'm gonna make sure his name live forever. To me, Pac, second sauciest nigga of all time behind Dripman. And it's not even close. He influenced me. That's the only male that ever influenced me at all, in the littlest, in the slightest. So, and I take what Tupac said religiously. I do everything he said. So that's my dad, for real, you know what I'm saying? We want the budget to be as big as possible because of the quality of the music and because of where we're at. And so being an independent record label, I'm so excited to see how many pre-sales that we sell of this record. This album is really, it's been a culmination of my whole career. I've been rapping since a shorty, since a youngin', you know what I'm saying? So I would really say my career has spanned over, you know, two decades for sure. Because in my mind, I took myself serious as a shorty. That's when the process began. And I started dropping singles and songs and stuff like as early as the age of 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how wicked it was. And so I perfected my process. It's not a process that you're going to perfect overnight. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you need to release 7,000 albums, that's what you need to do. Because there's a lot about it that you have to perfect. Not only the music and how you want to sound and so on and so forth. But like when you take branding serious, you also want to get to the point where you are owning all your things so that way you can do what you want to do with it. And that costs money. And so when you're spending big money on your songs, you also need to make sure that you invest into the right songs and beats. You know what I'm saying? Because making a hit record is a lot more than just having a hot song. Like, you really need to make it a moment a lot of times, especially when you're an independent artist and you're trying to make a hit record. So just because you think a record is hot or whatever the case is, like, that's not really what you want to base it off of. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make the right investments. And then, like I said, Dripman, just as far as how I'm rocking and me getting to the comfortability of expressing myself in the most genuine way possible, in the way that I've gotten to, you know what I'm saying, took a while too. You got to grow into it. So, and this is a dream for a lot of people. And this is why I encourage even older people that might be in their 30s or 40s or whatever, shit, 50, I don't give no fuck. But like, if that's what you want to do, like, just keep working in it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be discouraged because you weren't getting no numbers or this and that. Like, that's not what this game is about. It feel good, trust me. Dripman getting the numbers now, for sure. I want you to know it's decades. When motherfucker was, 1 view, 0 views, 3 views. I know how heartbreaking it can be because of how much we put into this. But like, it's heartbreaking because because you putting power into that result. I put more power, and that taught me to put more power into the process. I'm just so proud of my process. I'm so proud of the fact that I work 25 hours out of a 24-hour day. I'm just so proud that, to me, I don't have any excuse not to do what I'm doing. And then to me, I'm so proud of the fact that I give myself valid feedback and criticism. I'm always critiquing myself to get better at everything, from speaking to my music to the way I treat people to the way I treat myself. And so there's a lot goes into ooh, just to be 100. It's amazing that my music sounded as great as it do. Like I said, I'm not a true engineer, and I never did any. I should say it like this: I've done very limited research on the actual process of, like, do you put the EQ here, and how you supposed to do the reverb, and so on and so forth. The biggest thing I did do research on was auto tune, because that shit will sound brazy if you don't know how to use it. But like everything else, I pretty much just kept playing with over and over and over again. And just because of the amount of tracks that I recorded in my life, like there's definitely a lot of tracks that probably could have been saucy in my past that were garbage because I didn't know what I was doing. And the thing about being your own engineer is, like, in your mind, everything's raw. Like when you playing with a new sound and you hear it, it's almost like just because it sounds different, like in your mind, you're like, yeah, that's the rawest shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you're so blinded by your own bias, which is a good thing in a way, because that means you believe in yourself a lot. But it can be detrimental if you're not willing to accept feedback from people, which happened to me early on in my career. Dripman was always just so proud and just so, you know what I'm saying, confident in himself. And I always felt like people were hating on me. So when it came time for valid feedback, where there was people that was like, nah, like you gotta tighten this up, I was like, you a hater. And so ignoring that information and pretending that everybody was a hater, stunning my growth, let's be honest with you. And so one day I had to be real with myself, like, there's a few reasons why this shit ain't taking off like you wanted to. And one of them is definitely, how your shit is being mixed and mastered. And so I did reach out to people and work with some people, and there was mixed results. Most of the time, because I didn't know any professional engineers in my city where I was from. And if I did, like, they wouldn't get your track back to you the same day. I'm the kind of nigga where I'm like, yo, like, let me get my shit, like, right away. Because I got plans. Like, a lot of times you make plans with your music in the moment. Especially if you have momentum, you're not trying to wait an extra month. Like, what the fuck? For some shit you can do in an hour. So, and you paying these niggas and shit. And that's another thing. Being an independent artist, like, you always got to manage your expenses. So I was like, okay, well, I just got to do a better job and learn how to do this shit for real. So I did that. Decided to just make a surprise second verse for my fans on Amazon Chain, on the song Amazon Chain. And I'm gonna just record it right now. You know what I'm saying? Just as a surprise. The album got plenty of surprises for the fans. They're gonna trip when they hear this shit because they thought Amazon Chain was just done and it's already raw the way it is. But watch this second verse that I do. And I'm about to lace it right now. It's gonna be the very verse that you hear when the album drops. And y'all got to see it behind the scenes on the Homeless Drip. Homeless Drip still sound like $1 million nigga. Fuck is you talking about with a fake ass chain on me? Talking my shit while I'm finna do a professional recording, nigga. Watch this shit, nigga. Drip man, do this shit, nigga. Yeah, look. Real nigga with a fake chain doing real things, he go real money, did all that with a fake chain. Drip gang known around the world, got a lot of sauce, look in the mirror. Haters try to interfere, we do what we do, fuck how they feel. Work for meal before I got a meal, how a nigga feel, fuck a record deal. I slept in the bush, up on the hill, woke up in the morning like hell yeah. The way I do it, find me a girl, then fucking stupid. Now she doing stupid shit like buying brand new cars for me. Who harder than me? I'm in the lead. Kevin Gates, nigga, no fatigue. Put your hands on your knees, drip man, got 2 P's. Make you sweat like 100 degrees. Even my haters in the comments agree. They hate me at first, then they see I'm a G. Fake chain on a nigga, fuck, do that matter when all a nigga do is real big thing? No, some artists will just get their beats off of YouTube or some shit and not pay at all. Ew. But then there are some artists that take their careers a little bit more serious. And so you can do what's called leasing a beat. And it can be anywhere from, let's say, $20, $50 to, like, let's say $100, $200, because there's different levels of leasing. Leasing means that, let's say that you pay $50 or something. That means you can only sell up to a certain amount of copies, and you only have licensing to that beat for a certain period of time. It's usually like a year or two, usually probably like 2 years, something like that. Now, to actually purchase the exclusive rights, and there's a difference. Some people exclusively lease a beat, which still costs a lot of money. The difference between that and then you come into an agreement with the beat maker to exclusively own the beat, which is difficult because a lot of times they want royalties and stuff like that, so on and so forth. So shout out to Sway Beats. That's who made the Amazon chain beat. So for instance, like their cost over $2,000. So yeah, we about to listen to this music. Anytime you master something, you gotta listen to it on different speaker systems from, like, I learned that the hard way a long time ago. So I usually play it on the car speaker system and then like a Bluetooth speaker system. And I try to play it on the TV surround sound system, but I'm homeless right now, so I can't do the last one. But, and then play it off your regular cell phone. So you just get a good mix of different electronics. That's what we're about to do right now. You know, one artist that's underrated that I don't talk about a lot? Madonna. She a goat, man. That's my beach. Man, this motherfucker tried to kill me, man. Look how big that motherfucker is. And it was making some weird ass noise. It was screaming. I slapped it off my shoulder because it wouldn't leave me alone. Am I the only person though that doesn't believe in killing bugs? Look at me, shirt soaked, sweating like a motherfucker. I don't know if y'all watched my live, but I just did a 6-hour live. I think it might have been more than 6 hours. It's going crazy. And now look, it's raining out here. I had came to this location just because I want to get out the hotel room and do the live somewhere else. And the rain sounded like it was coming in for like 20 minutes, and I said fuck it and kept going, and now I'm caught in it. So this is a long day though, like most days, because earlier y'all saw that I finished the album. We talked about that. That was a large majority of my day. And then I went and did this live stream, and it took 6 hours, so it's already like probably almost 4 a.m. right now. So, day in the life with homeless drip. Grind. We ain't gonna be in this situation for long. Promise you that. Man, I got caught in the rain, gang. I had to run to the car and I got my schluppers all wet. They're soaking. And then I drove back to the crib, the temporary crib, the homeless hotel crib. And it's raining worse. Yeah. Another very productive day. I'm usually that productive anyway, but there was no way I was gonna let y'all pay for a hotel for me for a few days without me doing something great with it. We got the album done. Tomorrow we're gonna come up with the artwork and figure out a day that we'll release it. We'll probably set it for, my initial thoughts are a couple weeks out. Maybe even August 1st or something, just so that we can give it time to pre-sale. Because this album is gonna be on every streaming platform. So people will be able to stream it. But we wanna give ourselves an opportunity to raise as much funds as we can, because we're gonna need as much funds as we can to make these next moves, to make sure that the album is as big as it can. Put a lot of work into it, so we don't want it to not reach its full potential. We definitely gonna change the world. And that's why I appreciate y'all for supporting me the way that y'all have. You'll notice throughout this series, especially today, I'm not primarily focused on my homelessness, even though I don't have a house, because just, thinking about something like that, I don't know how good what that's supposed to do for you, because that's stressful. To me, I'd rather, if I am thinking and not working, like I'm just thinking, it's plotting and strategizing on, how are we gonna continue to be great and get ourselves out this situation? And in a way, I've always been thinking, how are we gonna get ourselves out of this situation? Because even when you got a house, you still might be hanging on by a thread, and that's not a way to live either. So I put as much as I do in the music, not just because we're good at it, but listen, we are gonna be changing lives and destinies and all that stuff. And it starts with this album. So my goal isn't to just get a house or anything like that. My goal from here is to hit the road And I guess this is preparing me for that. So I do get my next YouTube payment. It usually comes between like the 20th and like the 26th. And so I appreciate you guys dropping donations as much as you guys can just during this time. We're so close to taking this thing to where it needs to where y'all can just rely on me, you know what I'm saying? So you just need to make it to probably like 9-10 more days. So we'll take it one day at a time, like how us homeless people do. A lot of times us homeless people do need assistance, so please send donations to those links. And above all else, love yourself. I hope this has been inspiring to you. I'm homeless right now and I'm still working on the greatest album that you ever gonna hear. And when I'm still working, no, I'm done with it, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.